Right now, you can find our Tackle HD Crankhead and Square Bill 2-packs in over 200 Walmart locations across the Midwest. It's a great value, and we've got some awesome colors for you to choose from. Just look for the Tackle HD display next time you visit the fishing aisle at Walmart. With your Tackle HD fishing report for Table Rock Lake, here's Pete Leonard from Aider Baits Guide Service.
Hey guys, this is Pete Leonard with your Tackle HD Bass and Crappie update for Table Rock Lake. I was out last Saturday and started the day bass fishing. Was able to catch those fish anywhere from 15 feet of water to a foot of water. Caught them early on a topwater. That's what I like to do this time of year. I like to get out either early in the morning or late in the evening and throw a topwater. Pretty much whatever topwater you like to throw is working right now. Lots of shad, lots of bass chasing shad. So when you find those areas, it's pretty easy to locate those fish chasing and throw your topwater over the top of them and catch them until they go back down. Overall, Saturday, the best bite, the best bait that I threw was either a jig or a shaky head in about 5 to 12 feet of water. That's where I felt like the most bites happened, was in that depth range. Caught them a little shallower, caught them a little deeper, but I felt like that was the best strike zone. Later, when the sun came up, it got a little warmer. I went and chased some crappie. Still some fish shallow, still some fish that haven't moved up. I caught several females that were still full of eggs, and I also caught some females that had already spawned. I would still like to chase them up on the bank, get shallow, but I felt like the best bite was about 8 feet of water, whether that was a log, whether they were suspended or on some brush of some sort. That area, that 8 foot, 5 to 8 feet, I felt like there was more fish in that area. So that was the depth that I keyed on most of the afternoon. I feel like the crappie have definitely slowed down up shallow. You're still catching some males, occasional female, but I do think that there still is a wave of fish that still have not went up and spawned yet. This spring has been super weird. We were warm water really early last week of March, and then got a cold front, came back down, warmed back up again, came back down again. So it's been a roller coaster of a spring with the water temperature, and I think it's slowed down the spawn, it's prolonged it. I was okay with it because that's a longer spawn for us to go fish, but it wasn't a consistent day-to-day bite like the spawn usually is. You kind of had to feel where they were at for the day and fish that pattern. I think the bass fishing is going to just get better. A lot of males, a lot of bucks up on the bank catching those topwater fish. So I think it's still early in that spawn. So I think that'll just get better over the next coming weeks. Super excited. I love this time of year, chasing bass, catching big largemouth and even big crappie. One thing that I do want to talk about is Main Lake crappie. The crappie on Main Lake, the dam area, is just now getting 60, 61, 62. A lot of people don't think to go check those fish. In March we started way back up in the creeks. It's time to start working our way out towards the Main Lake, and I think the Main Lake crappie are just now starting to get to the banks. So that's one thing that I'm going to start keying on more, is moving out in the dam area and keying on those Main Lake crappie that are going to go spawn. And those Main Lake crappie don't necessarily get in inches of water because the water is so clear. They'll spawn in 8, 10 foot of water. Your visibility right now is crazy, so they can be all the way out to 14 feet and you can still see them down on the beds. But just because you're throwing up on the bank and not catching them doesn't mean they're not spawning. Use your forward facing sonar, see what depth they're in. They're going to be spawning. It just may be different than the stained water up the creek. You may have to back off a little bit and fish them a little deeper. That's your Tackle HD crappie and bass update for this week. I'm Pete Leonard with Aider Baits Guide Service. If you'd like to go on a trip, shoot me an email, call me on my cell phone, or go to my website. Thanks.